Currently, I date as a non-monogamous, like ethically non-monogamous single man. I live alone. I own a house. I have 2 dogs, and I have a wonderful, beautiful dating life where I date several wonderful women, and I'm always constantly meeting new people and going on dates with new people. The more attractive I get in my body, the more beautiful women will accept a date with me to start with. So that's our packaging, right? We want to look as good as we can. And then the healthier I get in my mind, the better those dates go, because I can actually understand her. I can listen to her. I can talk to her clearly and coherently. If you are a little angry at men and you're trying to date men, purge that anger out. Figure out a way to get rid of that. Hello everyone, welcome back to Dating as Humans. My name is Josh. This is the channel where we talk about rational dating, dating with intention, dating with a plan, helping to improve your dating life. This is a channel for men and women, and I welcome you, and I hope that you're having a great day. And today I want to talk about how to actually succeed at dating in 2026 as a modern human in the modern Western world, okay? We do live in a world where I believe people are experiencing, to a certain degree, great dissatisfaction with dating. I know that there are a lot of people who are struggling with figuring out what the heck is going on out here in the dating world, okay? Now, I have an amazing dating life. I love dating. I think dating adds so much incredible beauty to my life. And I'm always surprised and sad to hear when people say they're not having a very good dating life, okay? And in this video, I'm going to do my best to just kind of give you the no-nonsense plan for how I believe humans could best succeed dating in 2026 without a bunch of like ridiculous work or kind of, basically without making you run on the hamster wheel and jump through a bunch of flaming hoops, right? Okay, so step number 1 is decide what you actually want. Start with an end goal in mind. Now, this is true no matter what we're doing, but listen, you'd be surprised how many people only date because they kind of like get around someone and get feelings for them. And then they go feelings first and then into what is this? What does this look like? What are we going to do about this? Now, that's like a romantic approach to dating. I'm not trying to knock that. That feels really good and is really fun. And if you want to do that, then by all means, feel free. However, I believe without a doubt that my dating life drastically improved when I started actually deciding before I even met people, what do I want it to be? Am I trying to get married and start a family? Am I trying to date, several people and date non-monogamously? Currently, I date as a non-monogamous, like ethically non-monogamous single man. I live alone. I own a house. I have 2 dogs, and I have a wonderful, beautiful dating life where I date several wonderful women, and I'm always constantly meeting new people and going on dates with new people. This is what I love to do. Now, I also develop relationships with the women that I date. If I see them once and I really like them, I'll probably want to see them again, and thus we may have a relationship form. But here are some of my goals. I have a goal of wanting to build community in my life, and I want my dating life to be built into that. Thus, I would probably best describe my dating approach as like a kitchen table polyamory type thing. I don't really like the term polyamory. I just call myself ethically non-monogamous. But basically, the goal is I want to date amazing people. I want to fill up my dating life to the point where pretty much whenever I want to be spending time with an amazing woman, I have the opportunity to do that. And so I date, and meet as many people as it takes to kind of fill those spots in my life. And then I want to develop those relationships to the point where those women can also meet each other and we can have amazing community in that, right? I had a friends and family event not too long ago, and 2 of the women that I'm dating, they met for the first time at this event, and they like helped me cook dinner, and it was a really fun time. This is the kind of thing I want. This is goals achieved for me. Here are some things I do not want. And this is important to be specific about. I do not want to get married. I do not want to move in with anyone or have anyone move in with me. I do not want to eventually become monogamous with somebody. I do not want to escalate the relationship. In other words, I don't even want to have any hierarchy like, oh, you're the girlfriend, but you're the other one. No, I don't want to do any of that. And I am very honest about this. Literally within my first 5 messages that I send to a person on a dating app, I will like lay this all out. I'm very straightforward, but the reason I can be this straightforward is because I know what my goals are. And I want to be I want to honor those goals. And I believe that you need to know what your goals are before you even go into it. A lot of people struggle with this. A lot of people will say, like, I don't really know what I'm looking for. That's okay. That doesn't make you a bad person, but I do think your dating life will be better if you know what you're looking for up front. Because whenever you identify the goal, right, a goal identified is a goal half achieved. If you identify your goal, then you can put intentional effort toward it, and you can start saying no to all the things and behaviors that are going to conflict with it. If you want to get married someday and have a family, but you're dating a boy who is, kind of dating you, but also dating other people, and he's not really showing any signs of commitment, then you know that he may not be a good candidate. But if you do not have your goals well defined, you may not see how that behavior may or may not be good for what you want for yourself in the future. It's very, very simple. And I believe that this is the number one best first step to actually having an amazing dating life. Number two, be healthy. Okay. And this means spirit, mind, and body. One of the most amazing things about my dating life is the fact that I am making it part of my goal that I only want to date women who are very emotionally mature, who have worked on themselves. I have done an incredible amount of work on myself to try to become a healthy man. I want to be a healthy man who is a very, very high value part of the lives of the people I spend time with, right? I don't want to project any of my baggage onto them. I do not want to project any entitlement onto them. I do not want to project any negativity onto them. If there's some kind of issue, I want to talk about it very kindly and reasonably and like humans who care about each other. I don't want any baggage from before or other relationships coming into my relationships. I want to start every day with a very clean heart and a very clean soul and a clean mind. I'm also trying to take care of my body because I want to look attractive. I will tell you this, the more attractive I get in my body, the more beautiful women will accept a date with me to start with. So that's our packaging, right? We want to look as good as we can. And then the healthier I get in my mind, the better those dates go because I can actually understand her. I can listen to her. I can talk to her clearly and coherently. I can communicate. I can be, witty and funny. These are very important things. I can be lighthearted. There's not a bunch of heavy nonsense. Hanging out with me can feel like a breath of fresh air compared to like the jealousy of other men, compared to the kind of the weird, maybe men having, they're self-conscious. Maybe, they feel a little bit like they have to prove something to her, like they have to prove their ego to her. I had a woman, I was texting today, wonderful woman I'm going on a date with tomorrow. She told me that she had a weird date yesterday where the guy, she said it kind of felt like he was trying to compete with her, like ego wise. And she said she felt like as she was talking about her accomplishments, because she like makes a lot of money. So she was talking about how he seemed kind of belittled. He felt belittled and he was trying to compensate. And it was just a weird interaction with the money, right? I can go into, because my mind is clean, I can go into these situations and I don't have to be burdened with any of these emotional hangups. Why? Because I've done the work to heal myself. I'm not competing with any of these beautiful women. I love these women. I want to date them. I don't want to compete with them, right? I want to have a great time and laugh together and be intimate and watch a show together and cook dinner together and go on walks. I want to do all these things that add so much to my life. And then that leads to our mind, body, soul. I believe that because my soul is healed in the longer term, I can actually love women in a very pure way. And it doesn't have to be possessive or jealous. And it can be very enlightened. So I was seeing a woman for a few weeks who I was really into, like I really liked her. She was amazing. And we had great times. We had several great dates. And then one day she messaged me and said, hey, I have to step away from this, my life. There's some things going on in my life and stuff like that right now. Now, she might have just been not into it anymore. She seemed really into it when we were together. I don't know. Guess what? I can't read anyone's mind. I don't know what's going on with someone unless they tell me, right? And I just don't worry about it. But, I texted back, oh, this is such a shame. Like, we had such great chemistry. Well, hey, feel free to hit me up if things get better. And then she kind of texted back this long paragraph of stuff like, you are like so great to spend time with. I'm so glad you said this because I probably will be getting back in touch with you when I get all these things sorted out. Sometimes people need time, she may not hit me back up. She might have met someone she likes way better and she broke it off because she thought saying that would hurt my feelings, but that's okay. In my soul, I don't have to possess her. I don't have to be jealous of her. Is it a little painful? If someone ends things with you, of course that's painful. Maybe a little sad. That's okay. This is not a negative, destructive emotion, but it would be destructive if I was mad at her and lashed out at her and was being, ugly to her because of this. This wouldn't be cool, right? But the reason, and also when I'm talking to women, in my life who I'm starting to get to know and we're having a deeper relationship, I can relate to them in such a healthier way because I would say my soul, almost like spiritually, I'm like working on myself, trying to clean out my body, like clean out my soul from all the nonsense, forgiving myself for things from the past, forgiving other people for things, just kind of purifying myself of all that baggage. This makes me a better partner and it makes me more attractive long term. I often have women say, I just love how, you are always chill. I love how you don't place expectations on me. I love how you don't feel like entitled to anything. You just go with the flow and you know exactly what you want and you're confident. Like these are things women say to me all the time. And I'm telling you, it makes a big difference. I have such a good dating life because of this. And so getting clean and healthy, mind, body, spirit is really important. It's the whole package. Be constantly working on that. Okay. Literally never stop working on yourself ever. Always be working on all of those things. Okay. And then the third thing you have to do is you have to meet people. You're never going to have a thriving dating life if you don't find a way to be bringing new people into your life regularly. Now, I personally, I do a lot of work. I'm self-employed. I work at home. I'm at my desk a lot of the day. So the best way for me to meet new people is on dating apps. I use mostly Tinder and I just meet people on Tinder. I have a great experience on Tinder. I have very good luck. Like I match with a lot of beautiful women and I can pretty much schedule as many dates as I want. But I am putting time every single day into meeting women, talking to women, cultivating dates on Tinder. If you want to be dating, you must be spending some time every day cultivating new connections. So this could mean going to events, around new people and then actually talking to women at these events and then actually asking them on dates. You could be using dating apps, actually ask the women on dates. But, or if you're a woman, same thing, actively work on the app, actually, ask men on dates or get asked, I'm not super, I would say what the advice I would give to men is to always be the one who asks the woman out because women like that. This is a thing. I mean, let's be real. There are some gender norms here that not everyone has to follow. But also, I honestly would tell women, shoot your shot. Ask him out. It's 2026. We don't have to do traditional gender roles now. You can ask a guy out and it's not weird. Shoot your shot if you like that guy. Ask him out. See if he'll go out with you. See if he'll go out to eat. And don't get all hung up on who's going to pay and everything. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Just plan to pay for yourself and go, and whatever happens, happens, right? One of the weirdest things is to get weird about money. It's weird to get weird about money on a date. Don't try to go on a date somewhere where the cost of it's going to stress you out, right? Go on free dates. There's nothing wrong with this. Do you know how fun it is to get asked out by a woman, and she asks me to go to the park? I love this. This is amazing. This happens to me and I'm so happy every time it does. And honestly, those women have a better chance of spending time with me because they're cutting right to the chase. They're getting to the point. And I think, yes, this is good for my goals. You're the kind of person I would like to date because I want to date someone intentionally. I don't want to just kind of like have weird wasted time, right? So you've got to be meeting new people. If you are not regularly meeting new people and getting the chance to ask new people out on dates, you probably need to rework your dating funnel, as it were. Okay, so that's another thing. Here's another thing. Learn about human mating behavior. So this is step number 4. Learn about psychology, right? Start reading some psychology books, right? Read some books about, the person you're interested in. If you're interested in men, read some books about the psychology of the kind of men you're trying to date. Go research it. Go to ChatGPT or go to Google and say, top books to learn how to date as a straight man or a straight woman or a gay woman or whatever it is, right? And then just find some books and read them. Educate yourself. I spent years reading. I read over probably a dozen books specifically about evolutionary psychology and human mating behavior and the mating behaviors of human women, because I wanted to understand what heterosexual women wanted in men. And it's because those are the women I wanted to date. And I'm going to tell you what, it paid off so much. I understand women so much better now than I did 10 years ago. Honestly, I understand women so much better now than I did even a year ago. It's because I keep trying to learn. I keep trying to learn. Another thing is, when I go on dates with women, I'll ask them about themselves. I'll say, tell me what you think about this. When they tell me about experience they have, I'll say, oh, really? How did you think about that? What effect did that have on you? I want to understand how these women think and feel and operate. Women are so complicated and beautiful and wonderful, and I love learning about them. But see, that's another thing, is that I have nothing but positivity for women. And that's going to take us to our final point number 6 for this video. You must get rid of all negativity about the people you're trying to date. There are a lot of people who have been hurt in the past, in previous relationships. I've been divorced twice. I completely understand what it means to be angry at women. I have been angry at women. I have distrusted women as a species. I understand this, but this is not the right approach. The truth is, there were some women who hurt me in my past, but I will only hurt myself if I continue to let those wounds affect my dating life. What I really need to do is understand that every human is a new person, and that woman that I matched with on the dating app, that woman I'm going to dinner with, the woman I'm inviting over to my house, they are not the women from my past. There is no reason to project any negativity onto them. And honestly, that positivity gives me just a very pure place to launch from when I'm trying to, flirt, have fun, learn about them, build relationships. And I must keep that positivity in my body. I must keep that negativity out. And that is going to help me have such a better dating life. And the same is true for you. If you are a little angry at men and you're trying to date men, purge that anger out. Figure out a way to get rid of that. Now, am I an expert at how to do that? No, not necessarily. I could make videos about how I did that. This is something you could talk to your therapist about. This is something you could read a book about. Google best books for overcoming resentment of men, and listen to the #1 audiobook on that topic. There are a lot of amazing books out there. There is a wealth of information in the world, but I will tell you that you need to purge that negativity, because if you don't, it's going to keep coming back and affecting your dating life in a negative way. These are the things that I believe are going to help everyone have a better dating life in 2026. It's time to start dating as a more rational, more enlightened, more straightforward, more intentional human. We are evolving, we're changing. And with our evolution must come a change in how we conduct ourselves in the realm of the mating game. And it is so much fun. So get out there, deploy these steps, and have a great time dating, you guys. Thank you so much for coming back to Dating as Humans. My name is Josh. I will see you awesome people on the next one.